BFM 91.2 को स्टुडियो घडीमा बेलुकीको ठीक 7 बजेको छ।
यस टाइम चेकका प्रायोजक
सप्तकोशी ओपिसी सिमेन्ट, पूर्वको गौरव।
तपाईको वहाँ 100% तपाईको।
आगामी कार्यक्रमको साथमा कोहिनोर चस्मा घर, रङ्गेली रोड, विराटनगर। कोहिनोर चस्मा घर फर बेटर भिजन।
The VAR Show. The one place for your weekly football update.
Hello, so welcome back to the new week of VAR Show, the show which talks about various major football leagues in detail. So first of all, a happy Environment Day to everyone listening to us. Well, I hope in some or the other way you have contributed towards the environment today. So with that, let's start off. So you can listen to this show at bfm912.com or also tune in through the Hamro Patro app. Well, you're listening to us currently at BFM 91.2, and this show airs every Friday at 7 p.m. So today we have Prakash with us looking after the technical aspects. So welcome to the show, Prakash. Well, so without a further ado, so let's straight dive into the first song for the day, and then we'll continue with our following interviews and the remaining segments. So let's listen to the first song for the day, Wither by Dream Theater.
Let it out, let it out. Feel the empty space, so insecure. Find the words and let it out. Staring down, nothing comes to mind. Find the place, turn the water into wine. But I feel I'm getting nowhere.
Hello, and so welcome back to the VAR show. Well, so to continue with the theme of interviews, this week we have a very influential figure from the Asian football. He is the former head coach of India, Nepal, Sudan, Rwanda. These are just to name a few. Well, he has a wide range of managerial experience with many teams across the globe. Well, so today we have with us Mr. Stephen Constantine. So we'd like to welcome him to the show and hear from him his point of views towards football.
The VAR Show. The one place for your weekly football update.
Hola, very warm welcome to the VAR show, the show which talks about all the various major football leagues in detail. Today we are going to talk about a very influential figure in the South Asian footballing culture. We have the former head coach of India and also of Nepal and also of many other countries, Mr. Stephen Constantine with us. So, Mr. Stephen Constantine is an English professional football coach and former player. He has coached the Nepalese national team between the years 1999 and 2001 and was awarded a medal by the country's king then. He is also the manager of Rwanda, India, Sudan, among a host of other countries. So without wasting much time, I would like to thank Mr. Stephen Constantine for coming on the show. Thank you and welcome to our show, and I would like to ask you, how are you and what are you doing during this pandemic period?
Lovely to be on your show. Thank you for the invitation. I'm doing what everyone else should be doing, is staying home, following the rules, and trying to keep myself and my family safe. It's not easy for anybody, but if this is how things are, then we need to follow the rules. We don't need any further people dying.
Definitely. So now we'll move on to something more lighter, that is football in terms of the rest of the world. So I had a lot of questions when I said you are coming. Like my friends from India and Nepal, many of them sent me questions. Okay, and so I've just picked up, and I've not got any chance to make my own questions because I had to accommodate everyone's. So the first question is related to India because it's your most recent stint in South Asia.
Is the first question your question?
No, Mike. Yeah, how are you? What is what are you doing in the pandemic period? That's mine. But other than that, I don't see anything which are mine. So the first question related to football is like one of my friends has asked, how has the footballing culture changed between your first stint as the coach and the second stint?
Well, the first time the interest was there. From people, but the money was not there. And I think in the 10 years between the first and the second time, a lot of people realized that they can make money from football, advertising, TV, clubs, and that changed. It became a bit more business afterwards. So I would say that was the biggest difference. Football is marketed better now in India than it was before. The ISL coming, whether you like it or not, has had a big impact because before that we didn't have good players coming from overseas. There were some, but not to the level that were coming when the ISL started. Now, is that a good thing for Indian players? Yes and no. Yes, it's good because most of the players came and they worked, but some of the players came and just took the money. So I think there's a balance there because obviously you want the Indian players to work as hard as they possibly can, and they have this trait. Believe me, they work very hard. But when you see a big foreign star and he's not working, you think, well, is this how it is? And it isn't. And then, of course, we had some very good foreign coaches in India, which again has a bigger impact on football. So I think in the 10 years there was some big changes, and I think most of them were good.
So recently, the ISL and the federation have discussed to have maximum 3 players plus 1 AFC quota player in the starting 11 from 2021. Do you think this will help the Indian football?
Yeah, they should have done that from the first day, because Indian players were playing out of positions. Indian players were not playing because we had six foreigners, and if you bring a foreigner in to be a striker, for example, where and you have an Indian striker, guess who's not playing? You know, and so I think 3 plus the AFC player is correct. I would have done that from the beginning. From a purist point of view, from a marketing point of view, I can see why they did that, and but I'm very pleased that they have changed it now, because we've had six foreigners on the pitch for the last 4 or 5 years, and it's enough.
So if you had to name one player with whom you're very impressed during your stint in India, and could you name me one player with whom you're very impressed by his maybe professionalism or how he was or the talent?
You mean a foreign player?
No, the Indian.
No, I couldn't name one.
Okay, even if you include the foreign players also, then? Look,
There were a lot of players. I gave 49 international debuts, so I don't think that it's fair for me to say one player in particular. I think all the players that were selected to the national team in my time, this time, gave everything they had. Sometimes it wasn't enough, and sometimes, you know, somebody gave a little bit more. My philosophy was we're going to get the players who are going to work hard and give us what we need, and that's what I did from the first day I went to the last day.
So you also set up the British Coaches Abroad Association in 2013, November of 2013. Could you tell us something more behind the association?
Look, it's my first real job in international football was Nepal.
Yeah.
And I didn't have anybody to ask, what's it like? How are the people? What are the customs? What is the culture? Because I'm very conscious of this. So I decided to try and set up a network of British coaches. And now that's gone on. It's I don't do that anymore, but it's gone to the British Football Coaches Network. It was just like a support group, if you like. Who's going to Sudan? Do we know anybody there? That kind of thing. So that was the concept behind it.
So don't go far away. While you enjoy the song Back in Black, we'll just take a short break and be back very soon.
मार्बल ग्रेनाइट सिभी फिटिङ्स बाथवेयर र सेनेटरीका लागि पूर्वाञ्चलमै पहिलो एक्सक्लुसिभ शोरूम रोयल मार्बल अब विराटनगरमा। रोयल मार्बल प्राइभेट लिमिटेड, हाम्रो अस्पताल अगाडि एयरपोर्ट मोड, 021 460 231 र 98 017 083 33।
Royal Marble, experience the royal living.
नेपाल शिक्षक संघ जिल्ला कार्य समिति मोरङ र BFM 91.2 प्रस्तुत गर्दछ एसई तयारी रेडियो कार्यक्रम
प्रत्येक दिन दिउँसो 4 बजे BFM 91.2 मा।
जे गर्दा नि हुँदै हुन्न यो त भयो अति। यतिका वर्ष कुखुरा पाले केही भएन प्रगति।
लौ हेर तिउरा कुखुरा कति साना साना, हामीले झै पकाउनु पर्छ पोषक मिलेर दाना।
अचम्मै हुन्छ, 36 दिनसम्म 3 किलो 300 ग्राम खुवाउनु पर्छ। पोषकले नै 36 दिनमा कुखुरा 2 किलो भन्दा बढी बढ्छ। यतिका साल काम गरे समय समय गयो खेर
मिस्टर गरे पोषक तेल दाना नबेचेर खुबै चल्छ मार्केटमा कुखुरा गयो खाना अझै दिनुहोस् पोषक दाना भन्छन् सबैजना सबले सधैँ खुवाउँदैछौँ पोषक तेल दाना माला माल्छ मुरी फल्छ गजब छ पोषक तेल दाना
पोषक पेलेट दाना
दूध तथा दुग्ध पदार्थको सेवन गरौँ विभिन्न प्रकारका रोगसँग लड्ने सक्ने क्षमता बढाउँ।
दुग्ध विकास संस्थान डीडीसी विराटनगरको आईएसओ सर्टिफाइड प्लान्टबाट उत्पादित तथा प्रशोधित डीडीसी ब्रान्डका दूध दही पनिर तथा घिउ सेवन गरी विभिन्न प्रकारका रोगसँग लड्न सक्ने क्षमता बढाउन सदैव दूध तथा दुग्ध पदार्थको सेवन गरौँ।
दुग्ध विकास संस्थान विराटनगर दुग्ध वितरण आयोजना
सम्पर्क 021 420 040 98 520 28 640 98 520 33 325।
नेपाल विद्युत प्राधिकरण प्रदेश नम्बर 1 प्रादेशिक कार्यालय विराटनगर वितरण केन्द्रको सूचना। सडक विस्तारको क्रममा विराटनगर एसलाल पेट्रोल पम्पदेखि महावीर चोकसम्म राजमार्ग पश्चिम साइडमा र शिव मन्दिरदेखि महावीर चोकसम्म राजमार्ग पश्चिम साइडमा र शनि मन्दिरदेखि महेन्द्र चोकसम्म विद्युत लाइन स्थानान्तरण गर्ने कार्यका लागि 11 केभी भिरकुडी फिडर अन्तर्गतको एरियामा यही जेठ 23 र 24 गते बिहान 10 बजेदेखि साँझ 5 बजेसम्म 11 केभी विराटनगर फिडर अन्तर्गतको एरियामा यही जेठ 25 गते बिहान 10 बजेदेखि साँझ 5 बजेसम्म विद्युत लाइन अवरुद्ध हुने भएकाले सम्बन्धित सबैको जानकारीका लागि यो सूचना प्रसारण गरिएको छ। यसबाट ग्राहक वर्गमा पर्न जाने असुविधा प्रति नेपाल विद्युत प्राधिकरण क्षमा प्रार्थी छ। तोकिएको समयभन्दा अगाडि नै काम सम्पन्न भएमा पूर्ववत रूपमा लाइन सञ्चालनमा आउनेछ। नेपाल विद्युत प्राधिकरण प्रदेश नम्बर 1 प्रादेशिक कार्यालय विराटनगर वितरण केन्द्र।
संगीत, मनोरञ्जन, खबर बिहान 5 देखि रात्रि 11 सम्म निरन्तर BFM 91.2 सुन्दै जाऊ सुनाउँदै जाऊ।
So welcome back to the VAR show. Well, we'll continue our interview. So we have Mr. Stephen who has more insights to give us with regards to the Nepali football or whereas world football. So let's hear from him.
So we'll now move on to your first stint outside in abroad, that is Nepal. So since your departure, Nepal football has been disrupted by controversies, politics and a lot of things which have stalled, unfortunately, the progress in Nepal football.
Yeah.
You have since faced Nepal while coaching for India. So what do you make of the Nepal football culture as of now?
Look, I was very pleased to see Bali was with the national team, and some of the former players, Upendra is there in the federation, and it's really good to see football people in the football business. It's too many times you go to federations and you have as an accountant as the president or the general secretary or a businessman or a wannabe politician, and they do their work, but they don't have the feeling. And if you don't have the feeling of the game, if you haven't suffered, so Balkobal, Upendra, and many others suffered playing football in Nepal and for the national team. And so you hope that if they get the opportunity to go into the federation or to the national team, that they will be thinking always on the side of the players, not the side of the administrators. And this is important. The last time I saw Nepal was in the south, and I honestly, I thought they were very good. I cannot believe that they lost that game. I think it was to Maldives.
Yeah.
And I was secretly hoping that they would go to the final and we would go to the final. And then obviously I would want the Indian team to win, but we took an under-23 team to this tournament. We didn't take the full team. And so, from that perspective, it was good. But I was impressed with Nepal. I thought they did very well.
So during your time at Nepal as the head coach, like if you had to look back and think maybe you could have done something differently, what would that be?
What would that be? I would have did what I did in India the second time, and I would have set up scouting networks in the different regions of Nepal. I think there are a lot of players who don't get seen. There are a lot of players who are not picked up because no one goes to see them. I think that would have been, and then we would have produced another 100 players. And in doing that, we would have also made sure that they were of the correct age.
Okay, so in your you wore Daura Swal, the traditional dress, during the final against Bangladesh, during the SAF Games final. The Nepalese fan loved it a lot. What led you to do so?
Okay, so when we had the SAF Games, I was asked if I would wear that. And of course, my respect for Nepal is immense. And okay. The next time I wore it, though, was against Maldives in the semi-final. Okay, and I remember when we found out that we were playing the Maldives in the semi-final, and all of the boys were extremely stressed. Oh no, it's the Maldives. We played them 2 times before 3 months, and we lost both games. Coach, they are very good. And I said, yeah, but so are we. And I think in that moment, I said, I have to do something to motivate the players. And I decided to wear the dress in the semi-final, but I didn't tell the players. So I remember I gave my talk before the game, and then I went downstairs, and there was a small room, and I changed. I put the costume on, and then I waited in the tunnel. Nobody could see me, but when I went there, the Maldives were already there. And they were looking at me and they're thinking, what's he doing? Isn't that the English coach? But when the players came and saw me, you could see them, they got bigger. And then, of course, I had this habit of never walking across the pitch. I always walked around. And as I was getting to behind the goalpost, people recognized me, and the stadium erupted, and this was what we want. After I think 15 minutes, we were winning 1-0. We won the game 2-1, and that was the story behind that.
So we are not yet short of interview information from Mr. Stephen, so we'll see him on the other side of the break. But first up, enjoy the song Californication.
And if you want these kind of dreams, it's Californication. It's the edge of the world in all of Western civilization. The sun may rise in the east, at least it's settled in a final location. It's understood that Hollywood sells Californication. Hey, your Sergeant Barrow, while to break the spell of aging. Celebrity skin, is this your chin or is that war you're waging? Firstborn unicorn, hardcore softcore. Dream of Californication. Dream of Californication. A very young constellation, a teenage bride with a baby inside, getting high on information. And buy me a star on a boulevard, it's Californication. Space may be the final frontier, but it's made in a Hollywood basement. In Cobain, can you hear the sphere singing songs off station to station? And Alderon's not far away, it's Californication. Born and raised by those who praise control of population. Everybody's been there and I don't need no vacation. Firstborn unicorn, hardcore softcore. Dream of Californication. Dream of Californication. Dream of Californication. Dream of Californication. Destruction leads to a very rough road, but it also breeds creation. An earthquake's out to a girl's guitar, that's just another good vibration. And tidal waves couldn't save the world from Californication. Hey, your Sergeant Barrow, while to break the spell of aging. Sicker than the rest, there is no test, but this is what you're craving. Firstborn unicorn, hardcore softcore. Dream of Californication. Dream of Californication. Dream of Californication. Dream of Californication.
बचत पनि गर्नुपर्छ, ऋण पनि चाहिन्छ, सुरक्षा र सहज सेवा बैंकबाटै पाइन्छ। बैंकमा खाता अझै खोलौं, राख्नुहुन्न भाका, गाउँ सहर जताततै प्रभु बैंकको शाखा। समृद्धिको सहयात्री प्रभु बैंक नै रोजौं। बैंक रोज्दा आज होइन, भोलि लिगसम्म सोचौँ
160 भन्दा बढी शाखा भएको प्रभु बैंक सँगै कारोबार गरौँ। प्रभु बैंक, विश्वास लिन्छौँ, विश्वास दिन्छौँ।
खुसीको खबर, अब विराटनगरमै पहिलो पटक दाँत सम्बन्धी सम्पूर्ण उपचार अत्याधुनिक उपकरणबाट।
त्रिभुवन विश्वविद्यालयका गोल्ड मेडलिस्ट डाक्टर पवन मेहताद्वारा अब लोकसेवा डेन्टल क्लिनिक विराटनगरमा अत्याधुनिक उपकरणबाट दाँत सम्बन्धी सम्पूर्ण समस्याको उपचार गरिन्छ। तपाईँ पनि सम्झनुहोस्।
स्तरीय सर्वसुलभ र भरपर्दो उपचारका लागि लोकसेवा डेन्टल क्लिनिक विराटनगर 5 बरगाछी।
सम्पर्क 9807 24 167 9807 24 167।
भाटभटेनी सुपर स्टोरको ट्राफिक सचेतना।
मोटरसाइकलमा 3 जना चढी यात्रा नगरौं।
मोटरसाइकल चलाउँदा सदैव हेलमेटको प्रयोग गरौं।
जथाभावी बाटो काट्ने र ओभरटेक गर्ने जस्ता कार्य नगरौं।
सवारी साधन चलाउँदा सवारी साधनका कागज पत्र दुरुस्त राखौं। सवारी साधन तोकिएको स्थानमा रोकी यात्रुलाई चढाउने र ओह्राल्ने गरौं।
सवारी साधनको प्रयोगका बेलामा मोबाइलमा कुरा नगरौं।
ट्राफिक नियमको पालना गरौं, सभ्य नागरिकको परिचय दिउँ।
जिल्ला ट्राफिक कार्यालय मोरङको समन्वयमा भाटभटेनी सुपर स्टोरद्वारा जनहितमा जारी।
कोरोना भाइरसबाट बच्न र बचाउन मोरङ व्यापार संघद्वारा जनहितमा जारी सन्देश।
नियमित रूपमा साबुन पानीले हात धुने गरौँ। खोक्दा र हाछ्यौँ गर्दा नाक मुख छोप्ने गरौँ। फ्लूको लक्षण देखिएमा तुरुन्त चिकित्सकसँग परामर्श गरौँ। उद्योग व्यवसाय सञ्चालन गर्दा स्वास्थ्य सचेतना अपनाऊ। काम गर्दा सामाजिक दूरी कायम राखेर मात्र गरौँ। भिडभाड नगरौँ। आपसी सम्पर्क कम गरौँ।
मोरङ व्यापार संघ विराटनगर।
सोमानी ड्युरा ग्रेस लन्च पूर्वाञ्चलको एकमात्र सोरुम सिटी मार्बलमा। सोमानीका ड्युरा ग्रेस ठुला ठुला टाइल्सका साथसाथै जेक्वायरका फर्सेट र सेनेटरी वेयरका साथै मार्बल ग्रेनाइट, मार्बल फ्लोगार्डका CPVC, PVC फिटिङ र PVC बोर्डहरू खोजे जस्तो उचित मूल्यमा पाउनुहुनेछ।
सिटी मार्बल, विराटनगर, भिरकुडी चोक, DSP रोड।
फोन 021 52 71 81 52 71 81।
BFM 91.2 शतप्रतिशत तपाईको। BFM 91.2 शतप्रतिशत तपाईको। सुन्दै जाऊ, सुनाउँदै जाऊ। BFM 91.2।
So surely that must have brought back some childhood memories for you. Well, so we'll continue with our interview with Mr. Stephen Constantine. So stay tuned.
So do you follow, do you have any contact or do you follow the Nepal team management right now?
I have a little contact with Bali. I had a message a few weeks ago from Basanta Gautam.
So do you have any recommendation for them? How to go about, any suggestions or something?
No, look, everyone has their own way of doing things. Of course, if they would ask me for help, they would get it. But they're big boys now. I can't interfere in what they're doing. And, I don't know exactly the circumstances and situations. So, I will always be here for them if they need anything. But I can't say, hey, why did you do this, or why don't you do this? I can't do this. This is not correct.
No, but what you said about the scouting would be a very good suggestion to them.
Well, yeah, that's what I would have done. I mean, if I was there now, we would be doing that for sure.
So, during your time, you were in and around the subcontinent. Did you ever get an approach from any club in Nepal to be the coach?
No.
No?
No. I look, I haven't coached a team in India, a club team. I've had one or two. I had an offer last week from one team, not in the ISL. And I've had some interest from some teams in the ISL. Look, when I left India this time, it was 6 years that I didn't live in my own house. So I said, okay, you know what? I have to spend some time with my daughter and my wife, and I didn't take any offers. No, and then we have the pandemic, so it's okay. I don't know, but I think I had the offer to go to one club in India after the Asian Cup. And I said, no. I said, I'm going to go home and spend some time with the family. It was time. So I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, definitely. So this will be a very difficult question for you because you would have had so many moments. But as a coach, if there is one moment you would always cherish throughout your life, which one would that be?
In football?
Yeah.
Oof. Yeah, that is a really, really unfair question, Subhasis. I did an interview yesterday, and they asked me a similar question from some people in England. And I said, any time that I gave a player his international debut or league debut for club, I think that's a special moment. Special why? Because the player will never forget who put him in the game. So I think if Basanta Gautam lived to be 1,000 years old, he will never forget that I played him in the SAF Cup final from the beginning. Okay, so those for me are special moments. You know, we win trophies. Sometimes we get promoted in the league sometimes, and of course they're great moments. But I think you can't put a price on giving somebody his opportunity, his first opportunity to play, and then hopefully he goes and has a good career.
So the next question is from me. Okay, I always ask, if you had to describe yourself as a coach, like which adjective would best describe your team?
My team?
Yeah.
Relentless. Like
Okay.
The Nepal team that we had, the India team that just went to the Asian Cup, relentless, non-stop, work.
So on that note, sir, I'll ask you one final question. It's a very controversial question, sir. You have to think and answer. So which one do you prefer, Lionel Messi or Cristiano Ronaldo?
Ronaldo,
Why?
because he does more.
Okay. So if tomorrow, if you have a chance to sign Messi in your team, then you wouldn't do that?
No, I think Messi is an unbelievable top player. Okay. Your question was if I had a choice between the two. Now, if I could have both of them, of course. But if I could only have one, I would take Cristiano Ronaldo every single day. Because I think he does more for the team. He can mark, he can head, he comes back. We don't need to say about his forward play, he's phenomenal. Lionel Messi also, phenomenal going forward, but you're not going to bring him back to mark anybody at a corner. He's not as physical as Ronaldo. And I think that's the difference for me. And that's why I would pick Ronaldo. No controversy.
So on that note, sir, thank you so much for talking to us, and we wish you all the best for your future endeavors, and hopefully Arsenal can qualify for Champions League maybe next year when the league is in full swing.
Yeah.
Thank you for talking to us, sir.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Take care. Bye.
Well, I don't know, sir, if you can listen to me. Well, but don't know about Leo Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo, but we too from the VAR show would certainly like to join you along. Well, on that note, I would like to thank you for your time you spared for our show, for the interview. Well, it has been an honor, a privilege to have you on the show. Thank you so much, sir. Mr. Stephen Constantine. So with that, we'll move into the fourth song for the day, and yet this will also bring in the memories, childhood memories, Numb by Linkin Park, and on the other side, Bundesliga.
Under the surface, don't know what you're expecting of me, but under the pressure of walking in your shoes, caught in the undertow, just caught in the undertow. Every step that I take is another mistake to you, caught in the undertow, just caught in the undertow. I've become so numb, I can't feel you there. Become so tired, so much more aware. I'm becoming this. All I want to do is be more like me and be less like you. Can't you see that you're smothering me, holding too tightly, afraid to lose control? 'Cause everything that you thought I would be has fallen apart right in front of you. Every step that I take is another mistake to you. Just caught in the undertow. And every second I waste is more than I can take. I've become so numb, I can't feel you there. Become so tired, so much more aware. I'm becoming this. All I want to do is be more like me and be less like you. And I know I may end up failing too, but I know you were just like me, with someone disappointed in you. I've become so numb, I can't feel you there. Become so tired, so much more aware. I'm becoming this. All I want to do is be more like me and be less like you. I've become so numb, I can't feel you there. Tired of being what you want me to be. I've become so numb, I can't feel you there. Tired of being what you want me to be. विश्व शिखरको फेरि सप्तकोशी मुहान, छाती बनेर हाँस्छ इलामको बगान। मिथिलाको सभ्यता सप्तकोशीको नाम बन्दैछ आज उही पूर्वको अर्को सान। सिलेट सप्तकोशी गौरव बनिरहेछ, विकासको बाटोलाई सधैँ कोरिरहेछ।
सप्तकोशी ओपिसी सिमेन्ट पूर्वको गौरव।
ओहो शिला, धेरै दिनपछि भेट भयो नि। पहिलेको भन्दा तिमी त निकै फेरेछौ।
ए हो र, जबदेखि मैले खुकुरी ब्रान्ड शुद्ध तोरीको तेल प्रयोग गरेँ तबदेखि नै म स्वस्थ छु र मेरा परिवार पनि स्वस्थ नै छन्। त्यसैले म तिमीलाई पनि अलि महँगो भए तापनि यही खुकुरी ब्रान्ड शुद्ध तोरीको तेल नै प्रयोग गर्ने सल्लाह दिन्छु।
त्यसो भए म पनि आजदेखि यही खुकुरी ब्रान्ड शुद्ध तोरीको तेल नै प्रयोग गर्छु।
हजुर, 2 दशकदेखि उपलब्ध हुँदै आएको उही हाम्रो खुकुरी ब्रान्ड शुद्ध तोरीको तेल नै प्रयोग गरी ढुक्क हौं।
आयो फेरि आयो हे बागमती प्लास्टिक, गाउँ सहर सबैको घर घर बागमती प्लास्टिक। हो यो गौरव नेपालको प्लास्टिकका सामानहरूमा सबैभन्दा पहिलो, कहिल्यै नटुट्ने कहिल्यै नफुट्ने बागमतीका राइनो ब्रान्डका प्लास्टिकका सामानहरू तपाईहरुको चोक बजारमा फेरि आयो है। राइनो अनब्रेकेबल।
फेरि उठ्नेछ नेपाल, फेरि उठ्नेछ नेपाल। कसम छ यो मातृभूमिको, सामना यस विपत्तिको गर्नेछौँ एक भई सदा झै सँगै जुट्नेछ नेपाल, फेरि उठ्नेछ नेपाल।
आओ सबै मिली लकडाउनलाई पूर्ण रूपले पालना गरी कोरोना विरुद्धको यस लडाईँलाई जिताऊ। मेरो देश, मेरो जगदम्बा सिमेन्ट।
संगीत हो सागर मनको बहार BFM 91.2
So welcome to our last segment, and yes guys, it's Bundesliga time. So Leverkusen defeated Wolfsburg in a 0-1 game, and it was the Leverkusen's wonderkid yet again, Kai Havertz, who got into the score sheet, where Havertz registered his name into the Bundesliga records book recently. Well, send in your answers to our Facebook page if you know what that record is. So Hertha BSC secured a 2-0 victory over Augsburg. So 10 points of the last possible 12 for Hertha in the last 4 games. Well, Hertha have been brilliant since returning from the break. I think they are just behind Bayern Munich in terms of performance, in terms of form, post coming back after the break. Mainz lost out to Hoffenheim 0-1. Schalke lost out to Bremen in a 0-1 game, and well, Schalke, they have slipped. Well, not just slipped, they have fallen off the cliff, I would say, and they are now currently in the 10th place. Talking of form, exceptionally poor, 0 points out of the possible 12 points from the last 4 games. Wolfsburg suffered a loss to Frankfurt. They both have faced mixed bag of form. But talking of this game, Andres Silva, Kamada scored for Frankfurt, and Mbawu for Wolfsburg. Lucas Toro of Frankfurt, he took a second yellow, that means a red card, right seconds before the full-time whistle. The unstoppable force of Bayern Munich squared up against Düsseldorf. Bayern Munich were expected to get all 3 points from the game, and they did so, but they went on a rampage. Jorgensen started the Düsseldorf misery with an own goal. Pavard and Davis scored one apiece, while Robert Lewandowski, he got in a brace. The final scoreline read 5-0. Well, let's just give a talking point here. So the point I would like to put in is Lewandowski, the best current number 9. So send in your views to the VAR show and we can have a discussion over this thing. Well, perspectives are always invited. So Gladbach thumped Union Berlin to a 4-1 defeat. Thuram scored a brace. Neuhaus and Please added for Gladbach. Ederson managed to find the back of the net, but that was only termed as a consolation one for Union Berlin. So that was 4-1, Gladbach winning over Union Berlin. Paderborn took on Dortmund, so this was one big game of the weekend. Haaland missed out on the game, maybe a potential injury, but anyway, Jadon Sancho, he started off the game this time around. Well, this is the first start I think first time he has started the game post the break. Well, and how eventful this game has turned out to be for him. Well, it was not an exciting first half, not much action coming up. Dortmund, well, I would have to say that they looked like a lazy team in the first half. Intent in the attack didn't show, but it all came together in the second half. Thorgan Hazard missed the first clear chance of the game, but from there on it was a Dortmund making attack after attack down their wings. Thorgan Hazard opened the scoring minutes after missing the first chance. Sancho absolutely brilliant in the game, getting in the hat-trick and the match ball, collecting the match ball. This was an example of why he is almost the most chased lad in the transfer window this summer. Hakimi and Skezma added one apiece. So scoreline ended 1-6 in Dortmund's favor. Well, Cologne played Leipzig in midweek clash and the away team came out on top at the end of the game. Cologne took the lead in the 7th minute with Cordoba, but that was not enough to stop the Leipzig force. Schilk and Kunku and Timo Werner added 3 for Leipzig to the scoreline. Modeste came up with a banger of a long ranger for Köln in the 55th minute, but Daniel almost 57th minute goal settled it for Leipzig and they won the game with a scoreline of 2-4. Bremen hosted Frankfurt but lost out to them 0-3, comfortable victory and 3 points for Frankfurt. So that was the last game for the week in Bundesliga. Well, we have some more news coming up. So Italian footballs look set to return on the 12th of June with Coppa Italia semi-final second leg fixtures. So it's 2 big fixtures of the second leg. So it's Juventus taking on AC Milan and Napoli playing Inter the following day. La Liga will be back a day earlier compared to Italian football. So that's 11th of June and they plan to restart their next season, that's 2021 season, on 12th of the September. Well, they have planned it out on that way. Let's see how it works out. So Premier League have also announced a comeback and the season will resume on the 17th of June. Man City, so some banger games coming up. Man City taking on Arsenal, Spurs taking on Man U, Aston Villa taking on Chelsea, a derby, Everton taking on Liverpool, Watford taking on Leicester, West Ham taking on Wolves. Well, and a transfer rumor with speculation surrounding Liverpool having opted out in the race for Timo Werner. Reports have risen that Chelsea are now in advanced talks with the striker and are willing to activate the release clause with intention to land him to Stamford Bridge. So that's it from us this week. So we'll see you same day, that's Friday. So next week around. So happy World Environment Day and please contribute to the planet in some way or the other. Don't just share, post, act responsibility. And I would also like to thank Prakash for his technical support. So see you, bye bye. We'll end with the song One Direction, One Thing by One Direction.
I've tried playing it cool, but when I'm looking at you, I can't ever be brave, 'cause you make my heart race. Shot me out of the sky, you're my kryptonite. You keep making me weak, yeah, frozen and can't breathe. Something's gotta give now, 'cause I'm dying just to make you see that I need you here with me now, 'cause you've got that one thing. So get out, get out, get out of my head and fall into my arms instead. I don't know what it is, but I need that one thing. You got that one thing. Now I'm